Welcome everyone. Today we have a Fall Guys guide on Tiptoe. This is one of those maps with the fake tiles and the real tiles being the white ones. What you want to do is you want to reach to the final ground with the limitations of how many people will be eliminated. This map is usually having under 30 people and usually is one of the maps just before the final match. So this is a very crucial map that takes you to the finals. So let's get into the map and let's see the general mechanics and tricks with this map. So right away you can see the map starts here, and usually there is not that many people. First thing you want to do is you want to remember how many people participate in this map. Usually if it's 15 people, the qualified people will be around 9, 8 and 7, and if there's 20 people you might look at 12 people to be qualified. So usually more than a third, about 40% people will be eliminated. So after knowing how many people will be qualified, you want to eventually realize how many people you have to make sure you're in front of. Or how many people can get away to be in front of you. So that is the core principle. So right away with the tiles, what's going to happen is you're going to have different tiles. Some of the tiles are going to be real, some of the tiles will be fake. The real ones will always be real, so they won't change. The fake ones will be empty out if someone steps on them. There's a small visual trick you can look at it. So if some of the tiles start wobbling, that means they're the fake ones. The real ones does not wobble. So let's have a look quickly here. So as you can see at the start, there isn't any particular tricks. You just can dive into the tile. It doesn't matter if you fall at the very start. So usually I just dive for the fun of it. Now that the tiles appear, what you want to do is you want to start following the tiles, and you don't really want to be the person that's making the drastic moves. You don't want to be the one that's just taking the steps unless you're absolutely confident with your positioning of your avatar, and also you're good at reading the tile. Notice this one is wobbling. So this one is actually wobbling. Do you see that? So if that's wobbling, that means it's a fake one. If anyone goes on it, that is likely going to be a fake one. So notice the real one is actually appearing in front of us. So the one that doesn't wobble is the real one. But what I do is, this is my special trick. This takes a bit of foresight, but I make sure I know how many people is in front of me. And I know very likely 1 or 2 person in front of me will be falling off. I know there's about 7 people that can qualify, and 1 or 2 person likely going to fall off eventually. So I just make sure I act on the moment of the last 2 tiles. So let's keep watching. Let's see how it goes. So I know a lot of people will be falling off because simply people push each other and people will be attempted to try different tiles at a rush rate. So this is the final part. Now there are 2 tiles between you and the final line. And what's going to happen is the moment the second last tile gets found, the last one is easily found because it's usually connected to the final one, unless it's going to be a loop, but that rarely happens. So the moment someone finds the second last tile, the last tile is right after it, and you want to be acting the moment that the second last tile is found. What you want to do is the whole crowd of people will be running forward. You first make sure you don't get knocked off. So position your avatar in the middle of the block. Notice I have been always been positioning my avatar in the middle of the block and away from the crowd. So this way, no one really pushes me off, and I have the potential to push someone else off if I'm running forward. So we're just waiting, and we're positioning ourselves a little forward. So, oh, here I got pushed off. So that's what I want to mention. So again, is you don't want to be on the spot that you're likely to be pushed off. Here I rushed it, and I actually got pushed off. Notice this is not the final part yet. We haven't found the second last tile. We're still waiting for it. This time I'm staying much further. I don't want to rush it unless we find the last tile, the second last one. So they're still pushing. And notice the person who finds the second last one is right after this is the last tile. So usually it's right behind it. There's a rare chance it goes around it, but it's very rare. And this is the moment that people will actually be rushing in. You want to make sure you're in front of at least enough players for you to be going further. So what I tend to do is I run with the flow, but we make sure we jump right before that. So here we'll be running for it, and here I actually made a small jump for it. And here between you and the final line, you have to jump and dive for this. People who simply jump is likely to be knocked over. And you really want to jump and dive for this one. And we made it because it's a small blur with replay. What I want to show you guys is I want to post a few of the replays that actually shows us being more careful and counting how many people in front of us. You can see actively while I play the game, I'm counting how many people is in front of me. I'm acting the moment I see the second last tile, and we make the adjustment to move the forward. And you can see a lot of people actually force off after they made it to the tile, but because they're so bulked up in the group, a lot of them do fall off. So counting the falling off players and counting yourself with enough reaction time, you can always make this one with 1 or 2 space to spare. And that is the best way to do it. So we qualified for this one. I'll be posting a few of those first onto the second part of the video, and let me know what you think, guys. We're making more videos on each of the maps as well. So Tiptoe, we have 12 players, 7 to qualify. Let the other players do it first. I don't mind diving at the start like Leroy style. But after that, you just let the other player go first. Yeah, let them go first and don't get pushed off. You want to stay in positions that you're not pushed off. Because if you get pushed off, you have to run back, which is even worse. They are 12 players. So as long as I'm before the last 5 players, I'm happy. And those people will push them off. And those people will push each other off. That's what I mean. Wait for it. Okay, then they need to get a little closer now. Okay, they got pushed off. Oh, I got pushed off too. So I need to catch up. Very important. Let's hope they fail. Let's see, if they don't fail, we're in trouble. Okay, they're failing. So let them push each other off, and we'll just watch. There's no way that bonk of players is gonna make it. Oh, he did it? Perfect. Oh, I just made it. So what's happening is, you don't want to be the one that's right together, because you might get pushed off by a bulk of players. You actually want to be the one that's ready to act the moment they find the good positioning for you. Oh, Tiptoe. Oh, this is a perfect one. So with 14, likely 7 will be passing. No, actually, no, 8 or 9 people will be passing here. Likely 8 here. I want to be the top 7. Yeah, 8. See, I'm really good at guessing those. Me with proportions. Leroy! Oh, okay, cool. Guys. Let the adventurers do the adventure thing. And don't get knocked off here. Okay, that's not great. I'm not even risking that. They'll find a way, come on. Because what's the point? He's not gonna do anything after that. Let him jump for it. Okay, now that's awkward. No, I don't make it, lol. Now I have to run back. I was like, should I make it? Oh, this makes an extra level of difficulty now. It's like whoever can jump through that is actually gonna victor. Okay, we need to be a little quick here. Perfect. You know that wumbles are fake. Oh, wait, you're right. I can see the wumbling. Yes, I can see the rumbling. You're right, you're right. We made it, Bob. For mountain again. Let's get that crown and get the outfit.